just finding out, Adrian Peterson, Minnesota Vikings football player, his 2-year-old son pronounced dead, allegedly at the hands of his baby's mother's new boyfriend. This guy apparently is 27 years old and has a long history, it looks like, of this type of abuse. He was convicted of, actually pled guilty to a simple assault concerning domestic abuse involving a juvenile. This is just awful. Apparently, he was the only person found alone with this kid, and he called 911. So he actually called 911, alleging that it was a choking incident. When the medics came on site, they said that they saw trauma to the head and injuries that were inconsistent with the accident. And that is what led to his arrest. So he was actually arrested on Thursday in court earlier today on $750,000 bond when they thought it was just an aggravated assault. But now, you know, as of just moments ago, this young 2-year-old boy just passed away.
Yeah, they took him off life support. He was never really, apparently didn't have a chance at all.
So, you know, now that I'm a parent, I've always been annoyed at, like, oh, if you were a parent, you would know kind of stuff. I hate that, right? But when you're a parent, something gets activated, at least it did for me, you know, in your DNA. And, like, so every kid I want to look out for 10 times more than I did even before I didn't care about the kids. No, but seriously. And so I hear 2-year-old beaten to an inch of his life, and then he lost. I'm like, what kind of a monster would do that? And I think, you know, and I know we're too attached to celebrities and they're not really our friends, but, you know, Adrian Peterson in some ways, since I'm a big football fan, has been a part of our lives for many years now, right? I don't know him personally, but I feel horrible. Losing a 2-year-old son, I literally can't think of anything worse.
Do you guys expect him to play on Sunday?
He says he's going to play.
Yeah.
He went back. He was there yesterday, and this happened in South Dakota. He went back to Minneapolis today. He practiced today, so he's going to play on Sunday. He says that, you know, football is his, you know, way to cope with things, and he's always done it. So
I know he's definitely going to play when he was on life support. I wonder if he'll play now, though, that the son's actually passed away. I have to tell you guys, I'm with you guys 100%. I can't even fathom this. But as a woman, and not to be too hard on the mother here, because I can only imagine what this process is like for her, but I do believe when you're a single parent, you have a responsibility to vet your partner. She moved in with this guy, okay? She took her 2-year-old son and herself and put themselves in the well-being, the caretaking of this guy, who is a convicted criminal on these types of charges. I mean, this guy's not just like a drug dealer. Physical assault, battery, domestic charges already. I don't know. That's just problematic.
Can I ask you a question, just a background on this? Now, was this a former girlfriend of his that he had the baby with? Was it a one-night stand? He doesn't know this
Adrian
woman?
Peterson?
Yes.
See, I'm not sure the details of that relationship. No, it's not an ex-wife.
This story is really new, obviously, given what happened here. It's hard to figure out all we do know that Adrian Peterson's dad confirmed that it was Adrian Peterson's son. Yes. So, you know, there's that issue, and they weren't living together. She was in South Dakota, and Peterson obviously doesn't live there, etc. So, but anyway you slice it, it's his son, and he went to go obviously be with him at the hospital before he passed away, and then he did pass away. And look, as far as the mom is concerned, I hear exactly what you're saying. We don't have enough information as well. Like, if he had touched the kid before, then I'm 128% with you. You know. Yeah. If he hadn't and he had some criminal background, I don't know. Then, you know, then maybe we're being too harsh by judging the mom.
I don't know.
I can be harsh.
I mean, yeah, of course. Look, it's, you know, it's incredibly raw. Whatever her mistakes were, she didn't deserve this.
No, certainly
and
not.
You know, and whatever. When you know, people make dumb decisions when they fall for somebody, and you look past their faults. These were faults that obviously you shouldn't look past. But let's not lose sight of who committed the crime. Apparently.
Yeah. No.
And if he's of course guilty, then I think. I mean, look. The thing is, I think it's life sentence, right? But I don't think he'll get a life sentence. I think that they'll say, well, he didn't intend to kill the kid. I mean, you're a former prosecutor, Ebony. What do you think he gets?
Yeah, I'm a former defense lawyer. You don't have to intend to kill the kid, though, Cenk. You intended the action. That's kind of like it's. You know, that's how the way the theory of intent goes. If you intend the action, so if he intended to physically hurt this kid in any way, doesn't have to intend to murder him. Doesn't have to intend the consequence. So basically, whatever the consequences are, they follow the action. So I don't know about a life sentence. I think you might be right, but certainly something 20 20-ish plus years on this.
Yeah, I know I overemphasize it, but I always think of Stephanie George, who's in life in prison for selling $160 worth of drugs. She's got 3 kids that are growing up without her. She gets a life sentence. If this guy doesn't get a life
Right.
sentence, you
Right.
know.
Where's the justice?
Yeah.
I know, but you don't need to compare. Like that injustice for her sentence exists independent of what we do to anybody else.
No, I hear you. And look, of course, the jury has to see what happened that day.
Right.
And it could have been that it could have been 100 different scenarios.